Hola amigos, this is TaylorFireRock and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. In the last episode, we cleared up some stuff, and in today's episode, we're going to be clearing up more stuff. And if I sound a little bit tired, I'm recording this actually fairly early in the morning, so... Continuing on this dungeon, it's, quite interesting. We're not actually going to be beating it in this episode, because... Honestly, I'm at too low of a level to be fighting the final boss at this point, but at the very least there are some things that we still need to cover, some areas that we still need to explore. And if these goddamn dino zombies would actually get out of my way, we could do that. There might be some treasure I missed over to the left, which is why I'm going there. You might also notice that the HP variables and levels that we have and such are a bit different than they were in the previous episode. Actually, nope, looks like a dead end. Probably should have expected as much, but I did go over to the surface world and over to the moon and stuff and stock up on a few various items, so, you know, things like elixirs, phoenix downs, Fuma shuriken, etc, etc. And, you know, the experience I got on the way back, the experience I got on the way, you know, out to all the areas and such, it adds up. It adds up over time. Anyway, continuing on, we just got one of these to fight. This is certainly exciting. It's just doing like 3,000 damage to these guys. Like, Ragnarok is really, really fucking powerful. I mean, just to put it in perspective, the, you know, the black flan enemies and such that I fight on the lunar surface, those guys were taking like triple-digit damage from this thing, so it's always a good thing to be able to attack enemies that have that much defensive power like that. That was really good. I'm liking this a lot. And of course we got the finisher move. See, Kain deals like a 2 times damage attack, double damage attack and stuff. And Cecil deals just as much with like a single swing of a sword. It's ridiculous really. Anyway, go in here. And we get deeper into the lunar place. So we're kind of in the core now, I guess. And we've got these guys to deal with. Now, the one thing I will say about being in the lunar core area and such, the enemies here get a lot stronger. So we're gonna have to do things like cast Protect, get some healing spells all up in here. Let's actually get a Sura in here. Let's, you know, heal some of that. Hopefully Edget doesn't die. Nope, he doesn't. Yay! And... hey, I actually got the one I wanted this time. Groovy. Well, maybe not super groovy, but we can only have... our grooviness can only get so far. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know how to groove? How to move? Bet you don't. I'm gonna have to teach you guys the science of grooving. I can't say that with a straight face, actually. Whatever. Continuing on. This is quite the great way to end this. I'm gonna start this episode. I'm actually not going to be cutting too much out of this because this is probably going to be one of the shorter episodes because we're going to be finding a boss up ahead. Not the final boss, but just to get the one last optional weapon out of the way before actually fighting this game's final opponent. And, to anyone who hasn't seen the final opponent, it's gonna be fun, man. I love the final boss of this game. I love him, love him, love him. He's so easy to beat. Especially on the DS version of the game, he's super easy, man. I get some experience from there. Those guys do get you some nice experience, so... Fuma shuriken, that's good. Did stock up on a few. Oh, hey, these guys! I forgot about these guys. So, these guys are really, really fun to fight. Basically, the main gimmick on these guys is they have reflect on themselves and on you. And what you want to try to do is you want to try to bounce your spells off of your party members in order to damage him. He uses very, very powerful spells like, actually, you know what? We can just cast Quake on him here, I think. Don't think that'll reflect. There we go. Rydia got some protection right there, but the only annoying thing about fighting these guys is healing. Oh man. Healing against these guys is pretty tough to do, because you can't just multicast the healing and, you know, heal all your party members and such. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, these guys are pretty fun to fight. I mean, you can deal some pretty good physical damage on these guys, and I really, really like the mechanic of just fighting a boss that reflects shit and such. It's kind of neat, I think. Anyway, summons will basically break this guy, as will Quake, so you know, you don't have to worry too much. We haven't learned Flare though, which is... oh! That's kind of new. Is that new? I don't remember ever having these guys cast Haste on themselves before, but then again, I haven't ever actually tried to cast Slow on these guys either, so maybe that explains something. I really don't know. Flare, that's gonna deal some pretty hefty damage to Cecil. Yep. These guys cast Flare like better than the stupid Dark Bahamut does. Dark Bahamut. What a joke that guy turned out to be, right? Not like he was, you know, difficult or a tedious boss to fight at all. Ah, man. So very easy. Oh! His reflect wore off and he hit himself. Groovy. Oop, and Kin got some health too. Neat. Wow, this is actually starting to look up a bit, huh? Casting haste on itself again? Weird. But I guess I can't blame it. After all, if it knew about the epic beatdown it's going to get, I'd want to speed it up myself. Well, really, how much health did these guys frickin' have? Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully not much. But then again, we're gonna be losing some party members here soon, aren't we? Yep, 1960. Okay, do we still have Reflect on us? Cecil does not, so let's heal him, actually. That's gonna be some... yeah, that healed him back up to full, so, you know. Bye, Rosa. Send you a postcard. And that was the killing blow, so people just died for, like, nothing. And Kain gained a level again, that's... fun. Kain gains, like, a lot of levels here, like, he is above everyone. He's a man above others, alright? And in terms of being a man above others, it shows. Should I? Yeah, fuck it, why not? I'm pretty sure we can cast Cura on Kain. And Cure on... see, I'm getting a bit tactical with my healing and stuff. Doesn't really matter because Rosa heals so goddamn much now, but I mean... and another Wicked Mask. Cue the cut. Alright, now over here, we have a thing. But first, I want to make sure our MP is all good. Especially Rydia, because those fights, man, I'll tell you, kind of take a lot out of you. we won't have to worry about it too much once we actually, you know, get everything all organized and stuff and get our levels all set for the final boss. But for now, there's still a bit of resource management to be done. However, at least I have inventory space now, so that's something. Inventory space which I can fill with more Fuma Shuriken to throw. Okay, let's sort. There we go, we've got 11 of the damn things now, so we're gonna keep you kicking some butt. Yeah, whatever, anyway. None shall ever bear the cursed sword Masamune. None shall ever bear it? We'll see about that. Ogopogo! That is a name. And that is a tidal wave. And that's another tidal wave. Now, Ogopogo's attacks are set to deal damage, and it's set to deal a lot. Mainly, I think his tidal wave attack actually will reduce you to, or deals damage roughly equivalent to 25% of your max health. So him doing that, of course, reduced us to half of our max health, which isn't good for anyone. Luckily we're gonna get a Sura out here, and that's gonna... well, healing is actually pretty good at this point, so... yeah. Canon Cecil benefited from it, so that's alright. As tempting as it is, though, I don't think I really want to hit the sky with a magic attack. I believe he counters with, like, Frost Blast or something. Which, I'm not too keen on being blasted with frost. Like, I like ice, and I like the cold, and I like stuff like that sometimes, but I mean... well, we could always try Bahamut on him. He's gonna do Tidal Wave right there. How much damage would Frost Blast actually do? I wonder. Well, I'm not gonna wonder for too long, because we're about to find out. Mega Flare, dealing some damage. That's a lot of damage, and oh, Blaze. Okay. That wasn't a Frost Blast, which means the wiki lied to me. Or maybe I just didn't read it properly. Is Frost Blast an attack that he has in the DS version, actually? Maybe that's why I got confused, because nobody actually cares about the real Final Fantasy IV. And spoiler alert, neither do I! Ha ha ha! Which is why I'm playing it, of course. Because I don't care. I'm not playing it because I like this game or anything like that. Dummy. Yeah, whatever. Let's continue on. I think this boss might actually be almost dead, too, so... let's get some Kurajal up in this joint, because that executes pretty quickly. Get some jump. And get some Mega Flare, and this might be the finishing blow on a relatively easy boss. No? Okay, so I sit here corrected, thinking that I've just made a fool of myself, when in reality that was the final blow. Too easy for me. And Rosa gained a level. And we got the Masamune! Yeah! And that means that we can equip it now. So let's go do that. Masamune, known as the strongest katana. And that raises his attack power to a very respectable 168. Which, yeah, that's good. Another one of these things. But I think I'm actually going to end the video off here, on this cliffhanging note of sorts. Will I defeat this wicked mask? Find out on the next episode of